Sujata, we are going to be starting our meetings from January at Savera. Let me tell you, Savera is waiting to welcome all of you. Okay, and very strangely, Sujata, do you realize that we are entering into our 20th year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so from January 2021 to Jan 2022 is going to be that much more of action at Duchess. And guys, don't miss out, okay? We've got lots of things planned for the year. And let me tell you, it's not very easy for anyone to reach milestones like this, okay? So I'll be personally seeking each and every one of your support, and all my the five of us will be reaching out to each of you to make sure that all of you come for every meeting and be a part of the celebration. Yeah. So happy anniversary to all of us. Coming back to the speakers of today, let me just tell you that how I met Sita very briefly. In fact, it was only it was during the month of, I think, April. Suhasini just called me up, and Suhasini was, during the first lockdown itself, she just, Suhasini is a woman of action, right? So the minute she knew the lockdown was being announced, she started thinking of not just herself, but how to keep people online active. And then she came up with this concept called Naam, Calm. Was it like that, Sujata? What did she call it?
Yes, she called it like Naam.
And all the 21 days, we would be glued to see who the speaker for the day would be, and then she would come up with different concepts and keep us really occupied from that time in the evening, 5 to 6, which is the most difficult time of the day. And I was one of the first ones who came in for it, and I'm grateful that Hasni chose me for it. After that, soon after the first 21 days was over, no one knew what a lockdown was about, right? And none of us knows, but today we are sure about it. She just called me up out of the blue, and then she said, Nina, looks like the corporation has noticed what I've been doing work, and and the corporation has allotted, the people who are coming into the city of Chennai, and who are going to be quarantined. And I believe the officials have asked her to keep track of them, which was, I think, Suhasini was a very good choice for them, So she just called me up and said, there's a lady called Sita Ratnakar who's just down your road. And in fact, she's just coming to the city and she's going to be quarantined. And she's going to be staying alone. So can you just keep an eye on her? And that's exactly what I did, Sita. I kept my eyes on you. That's all, And things evolved after that. I came to realize what a multifaceted person Sita Ratnakar is. I did not know who she was till Hasni connected us. And then things unfolded, and I kept track of her activities, and I went back into what she has been doing, and I found it really fascinating. And in the month of April itself, I said she's going to come to the Duchess one of these days, But it took us about 6 months to get her here. I think because even Sita's had the challenges. I think all of us have also had different challenges, and it required a person like Uma to come in to be a moderator. I think today the moderation session by Uma with Sita is going to be fantastic because, I realize that both of them are very similar. Both of them are, go-getters. Both of them know what life is all about. They've faced many challenges. And like we decided, they live really life king size, queen size in whatever terms, and they live life on their own terms. Okay. Very few women like that who are bold, beautiful, and accomplished. Yeah. So welcome to the meeting, Sita. I would like to now formally welcome and introduce our really good friend, Uma Muthuswamy. Yeah, Uma? You may not know, okay, but you are a total inspiration to me. Maybe I don't show it in different ways, but you are, sweetheart, okay? Uma comes from a family of judges. Her father has been a renowned judge. Uma has very much, totally a Chennai girl. She went to the best school here, Good Shepherd, and then she moved on to Stella Maris. She did her, I think, history honors there. And then after that, I think I think because the father was also traveling. I think he was, I think, posted in Kerala for a bit, I think, right, Uma?
Yeah.
And so I think they had a short stint at Palghat also. But it was only after Uma went to Delhi, you know, that when she went to do her post-graduation at Lady Shri Ram, again, the best college in the country, according to me, because I know many of my friends who've gone there and they've all come out winners. So our Uma also went to Lady Shri Ram and she did her post-graduation there. That's when a new world opened up to her. And that was the world of modeling. And when we asked her how she even got into this, she said it was just by fluke, it was just by chance. Very soon, we had Uma on the ramp. And before you know it, she was one of the runners up of the Miss India contest. Yes, Uma?
Yes.
And I think you're the only one who has reached that stage in the Duchess Club. Okay, so so we have a former Miss India with us, ladies. And now you know from where Uma gets all her sense of dressing. That is a common factor between me and Uma. Our mothers have been great inspiration for both of us. Our mothers made sure that we dressed well, right? And I think it's important to always be well turned out. And everyone who meets Uma, any time of the day or night, will know that she is like, you know, she's good to go, okay? Manicured, pedicured, hair in place, and with the long hair like that, I don't know how you manage it, yeah?
Thank you so much.
So from Miss India, I think it was, she won various contests also. It was, I think she was crowned Lions Miss Pageant, whatever you called it, Uma. But I think, you know, we have some nice pictures of that. To us at the Duchess Club, we are glad that she's been with us right from the beginning, and we are happy to have you with us, Uma, because you are our most elegant member and also the most valuable. Okay, and this is coming from the heart. All right, and you may not be showing it, but you know, and we may not be showing it in different ways, but we really value you. And also, she was awarded from one of the Duchess Awards right in the beginning itself as one of our valuable members. Do you remember that, Uma?
Yes, yes.
For us, we were happy to give it to you. And coming to a very personal note, it was on one of our trips to Mauritius, our first trip to Mauritius. And we were all having fun, running around and all that. You know, for us, it was our first trip. But I saw Uma on many occasions. She would find, animals, cats, dogs, and she would be busy feeding them. Okay, this is how my first visual of Uma is on that trip. And I think that became a source of inspiration for me. I tucked it away somewhere in my mind. At that time, I was not a major animal lover, or I was not into any kind of service to the voiceless. But I think this is what I say, that she is the inspiration for me. And today I'm happy to say that I like to help in whatever ways I can with animals. And I think they give me a lot of solace and I think a lot of satisfaction. So I know where you get your happiness from, Uma, because I think even today you nurture so many animals in your home. And of course, you reach out and, you just open up your purse for animal welfare. So God bless you with much, much more, Uma. And
Thank you,
we
Meena.
welcome you and happy to be your friend.
Thank you. Same here. Same here. Thank you so much.
There was a small technical glitch, Nina, and I just couldn't play the pictures. It's not accepting it today. I don't know.
Can we send it later in the group, Sujata? Because there's pictures, some very fabulous ones, and I'm a little disappointed we couldn't play it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Uma looks like gorgeous. I mean, her long legs and the clothes that she wore on the ramp, and very, very inspiring. So we won't give this up. We will put it in a, as well as we will post it in all our groups, Sujata.
Yes, we will post it in our groups. I'm extremely sorry, it's just not playing.
Yeah, we could post it as a video a little later so everyone will get to see it, okay? So our apologies. So please take it on from here, Sujata.
Welcome, Uma and Sita again. And it's a pleasure and honor to have you with us today, Ms. Sita Ratnakar. Sita hails from a family of artists. Her grandfather, VVL Narasimha Rao, was awarded the Padma Shri in 1961 as an actor, writer, and dramatist. Her mother, Vinjamuri Anusya Devi, was a renowned musician and a composer who spent her lifetime collecting, propagating, and archiving folk songs of Andhra. Her sister, Ratna Kumar, is an accomplished Bharatnatyam and Kuchipudi dancer and is the artistic director of Anjali Center for Performing Arts in Houston, Texas. It was only natural that literature, theater, fine arts had a profound influence on her from her early childhood. Sita was trained in Bharatnatyam and Kuchipudi and performed along with her sister for more than a decade at all important festivals in India and abroad. Besides dance, she also acted as a child star and sang playback for films in different languages. After majoring in English literature from Stella Maris College, Chennai, Sita worked as a copywriter in an advertising agency for 2 years. During this period, she was involved with theatre and acted and sang in a few plays. When she joined Doordarshan in 1975, a major shift happened in her life. After her training at FTI Pune, she shifted her focus from being an active performing artist to capturing the performances of great artists for television, dance, and television became her major passion in life. During her 37 plus years tenure at DD, she had the privilege of producing and directing the performances of some of the most eminent dancers and musicians of India. Many of the recordings done by her have been archived and digitized at DVDs at Doordarshan. She directed several productions. A few of them I could name them: the documentary of Rukmini Devi, A Twist with Tradition, Tyagarajan's Nauka Charitra, Chandralekha's Leelavati, all for the television screen. And the highlight of her career has been once in a lifetime experience of the live telecast of a magnificent dance production with 1,000 dancers performing together at the Millennium celebrations at the Brihadishwara temple at Tanjavur in 2010. How amazing is this? After her retirement from DD in 2012, Sita has used the skill she acquired during her long stint with media to reinvent her association with arts. For the last 6 years, she has been collaborating with her sister to devise concepts for dance ballets and design the costumes and lighting. Working with Ratna as the artistic director to showcase Indian concepts to international audiences has been an exciting journey of exploration and self-discovery. Sita is an avid traveler who has become a veritable globetrotter after her retirement. She spends all her spare time constantly redefining her role in creative pursuits. She has written several articles about classical dance and particularly about the Indian dance in the diaspora for the Hindu. She has interviewed eminent personalities for Shruti magazine and Hum magazine of USA. Something she enjoyed immensely was writing a series about the different dance styles of India for Rotary Online. During the recent lockdown, Sita conducted a workshop for 10 children in Texas, USA, to teach true traditional folk songs from her mother's vast collection. She is busy archiving her mother's prolific work. After the pandemic, Sita discovered her latent skill as a photographer. And we've been seeing that too on Insta and Facebook. She has taken more than 5,000 photos, mostly from her window, and also during her evening walks in Koturpuram. She is compiling them into short films titled Story in a Frame. After seeing some of her recent films, a couple of SMEs have asked her to make films for them. Sita enjoys learning new skills and reinventing herself at every stage. So let's hear from Sita of all her transition times. And as said by your friend, Mrs. Manju Birla, who's with us today, she's my father-in-law's sister, who's a close friend of Sita, who studied with her from LKG to high school. She says she has been very helpful right from childhood. And she has taken the initiative to connect all the school friends together. And I think all of them are together on a group. And a lot of Sita's friends are there today with us. Welcome, Sita. And Uma and Sita, you can take it from here.
Thank you so much for that lovely Sujata.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sujata. Thank you, Nina, for that wonderful, wonderful introduction. I think it came straight from your heart. You always speak from the heart, but today your words, honestly, I'm so touched. Honestly, deeply touched. Thank you. Very good morning, dear Duchess 5 members and friends. Today is the 1st of December, a month in Chennai that we normally associate with music and merriment. This year may be a little different, a little low-key perhaps, but I'm sure that all of us are going to create our own music and merriment, wherever we are and whenever. But we are all happy that this 2020 is coming to a close, finally, and we look forward with hope to 2021, hoping that better days are ahead and health, happiness, and prosperity to the universe, and with gratitude in our hearts that today we are all here safe and sound. Feisty, fun, and fearless. Brave, bold, and beautiful. Our guest today is all this and much more. A very warm welcome to you, Sita, my friend for many decades.
Thank you.
More than 45 years, maybe?
Yes.
Maybe more. Yeah. So as we walk together on your life's journey, let us rewind to your childhood days. Your mother, your beloved mother, Srimati Anusuya Devi, who was herself a musician and a researcher, initiated you and Ratna Papa, as she was called, very affectionately, into music and dance. Both of you learned Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi from very well-known teachers, K.J. Sarasa and Vempati Chinnasatyam. So please regale us with those dance experiences.
Thank you, Uma. But before I answer your question, I would like to really thank Nina and the Duchess Club for giving me this wonderful opportunity to reconnect with some of my old friends, my childhood friends, people across Madras who are Duchess Club members who I have not met for very many years, including you, Uma, and so many new friends, again, thanks to Nina, who I've made in the last few months. I can say that Nina has been like a guardian angel to me throughout this invisible guardian angel for a very long time, because I got to see her only a few days ago. But she's always been there, always offering to help me. And it was a huge pillar of strength for me. It meant a lot. And then she decided to get me out of my role of being behind the scenes, behind camera, behind frames, and pulling me out to the other side to meet with people, real people, wonderful people who are in different walks of life. And I'm so happy to be here and talking to all of you. Thank you so much, Nina and the Duchess Club members. So going back to my childhood, showbiz came very naturally to me because I had my mom and aunt were singing at all the functions, be it an Independence Day, 1947, they were singing, the first Independence Day of India, they were singing for the Republic Day, any function that happened, government, private, weddings. So my sister was already a dancer from as far back as I remember when I was born, she was already dancing. So it was just natural that I get into some kind of art along with her. And so I never knew stage fear, or I never knew that it's something scary. It was natural. Everybody was singing or doing it in public, so I just joined the foray. So that was easy, and I started learning Kuchipudi when Vempati Master just started his school in the Brahman Street, which was just a few buildings away. My sister was a very famous dancer, so nobody had time for me. So they sent me here to learn dance and keep me occupied. But dance became, I was a late bloomer where dance was concerned. Music was my natural inclination. I used to sing a lot when I was a child. I would sing in school, I would sing for films, I would sing at functions. So that was what I really liked. But suddenly, when I started learning Kuchipudi, I just fell in love with dance. And then I started learning Bharatanatyam too. So I was doing both simultaneously. And I started performing within 2-3 years of beginning my learning experience, because Ratna had performances every weekend. And, so I was pushed into performing even before I could. So I never had an Arangetram in Bharatanatyam. We did have a proper Arangetram in Kuchipudi, and lots of my friends attended. And so that is how my early life went, acting in movies. My father used to play bridge, and all the film producers and directors were his friends. And those days, you never had people who could scout for talent, right? If they needed a child role, they'll say, we want somebody who has a child. So my father would say, sometimes I did boys roles because he wouldn't know the age or the difference between my brother and me. He'll say, my son is 5 years old and I'll end up being a boy, because they needed somebody of my age to act. So that's how I ended up acting in movies. Acting, I guess, was not a natural talent for me, because I did it, but I was not as uninhibited in front of the camera. And when it came to theater, everything, I preferred the singing, I preferred the side roles, I preferred the other aspects of it. I realized that being center stage was easy. I was not afraid, it was natural, but that was not my natural inclination. So when I got a chance to join Doordarshan, I actually found being behind the screen a lot more fascinating. Behind the camera was actually more challenging, more exciting, and kept me on my toes. I loved it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Uh, so a conversation between you and me, Sita, cannot happen without dwelling on Stella Maris.
Absolutely.
That is where that both of us got acquainted, you and your sister with me and my sister.
Yes.
And we were so fortunate. It was such a wonderful institution. And we were fortunate to have foreign nuns
Yes.
teaching us. Now everything has changed,
Yes.
Some years ago, there are only Indian teachers now.
Yes.
And the Indian nuns are now wearing saris. They are not wearing the habit anymore. But
Yes.
those were the days when it was actually foreign nuns, wonderful teachers. And they just not only taught us academics, but they also taught us to face life with guts and resilience. I would love to hear from you about your college days, Sita.
Uma, before I speak about college, I have to mention my school too. Holy Angels Convent had the same Franciscan missionaries that Stella Maris had. So I think a lot of my values I imbibed in school.
Same with me, because I was in Good Shepherd.
Yes.
Not much of a change coming from school to college.
Absolutely.
The atmosphere was the same. It was like going from one convent to another.
Yes. I loved what I studied, but besides that, I must say that I met you even before I joined college. You may not remember, I might have been in Ratna's shadow at that time, perhaps, but there was some show in Abbotsbury, and you and your sister were the most sophisticated, suave ladies in that whole group. So I think everybody was looking at you all with awe, like, manicured nails and perfectly, impeccably turned out. And I can never forget my first impression of both of you. Very, very dapper dressers. Very
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And of course, subsequently, we've been we met at college, and we used to go for the shows, the plays that were happening, the music shows.
Yeah,
so
because we have a lot of common interests and hobbies.
Yes. Western
and
music.
Talking about Stella Maris, how can you not talk about, the places close by to the college, like Woody's?
Right. Yes.
Anand Theatre, Sapphire.
Sapphire.
With its Blue Diamond and the continuous shows. Do you remember that? You
Don't
just had to buy one ticket for under 5 rupees, and you could sit there the whole day in air-conditioned comfort and see the same movie again and again, and just chat with your friends and have a good time. You remember that?
When I bunked college, it was only Blue Diamond, and also my romance, my dates. That's all we could afford those days.
And then there was something called 9 Gems in the same building. Do you remember? It was
remember
like a daytime disco.
Yeah, my brother used to be there, but I wasn't allowed to go there.
Well, we were not allowed either, but that doesn't stop us. We went.
No, my parents knew about it because my brother used to play the bass guitar there. He was a musician. So
Oh.
I was not allowed to go. So I would go and peep from outside, look at the lights, wave to everybody and come. But Blue Diamond was almost a second home. So was Drive-In. These were all, like I don't know whether I spent more time in Drive-In and Blue Diamond or Stella Maris, but it was shared. My education was shared in all these places.
Such a pity that all of them, none of them exist.
I know. Stella is still there, but that's also changed a lot from our.
Changed a lot, a lot.
Yes.
It's not the same. Stella Maris, Good Shepherd is not the same Good Shepherd.
Yeah, even Holy Angels,
so much change has happened.
Yeah, but nothing is the same. It's all.
And now there are newer schools. There are so many new schools. Then it was only Good Shepherd, Church Park, and Holy Angels.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
So along with academics, you not only pursued your dancing, but you had so many other interests, like as Sujata has already mentioned, like acting in movies, singing, Western music, ramp walking, copywriting. Would you want to expand further on that?
It was all in so many years ago. Like I said, I did boys' roles, girls' roles. I sang with P. Sushila. I sang Kannada songs. I sang one Malayalam song with Jesudas. So it was all very exciting because
I wish we could see all that, Sita. Do you have any record?
The Kannada songs I found. I couldn't find some of the other. The Telugu song with P. Sushila, I managed to find them on YouTube recently.
Okay.
And I'm in touch with the girl, Savitri, with whom I sang the first Kannada song, my first playback experience. We've still remained friends till now. So it's nice. And through dance, I would like to mention that my film friends didn't remain with me too much. Like I would act and come back. They were all senior stars, so I have not kept in touch. But I made such wonderful friends through dance. Even though it was only 10 years, besides dancing with Ratna, I have gone for a lot of performances along with Sarasalaya, my teacher's programs, productions. And one of my friends is watching the show here, Prema Sadasivam. We went to Delhi together for a folk festival where we got the first prize. And we were there for 15 days. I have another friend called Kanchana in Irvine. I hope she's watching too. I've asked her to watch. So these are all friends I made through dance, and we've remained friends all these years, even though I stopped dancing about 45 years ago. I have not performed after that. I had two husbands, you see, besides in 1975, besides my own husband. Doordarshan was worse than a mother-in-law or anything else, because so demanding, and so I had no time to pursue any arts after that. So that's my experience.
So, it's the Christmas season. We are all in the Christmas spirit. And when Christmas is around the corner, romance has to be in the air.
Absolutely.
Romance and love,
Yes.
So 1975, a very important landmark year for you, Sita, when you got married to your childhood sweetheart, Jayanti Ratnakar. And during our conversation a couple of weeks ago, I just asked you, where is Mr. Ratnakar? What does he do? And of course, you said that, he's not here. So I said, what was his full name? So as soon as you told me his full name, it just rang a bell. And I knew immediately that this boy I had met in my school days.
Before
with
me.
my brother and cousins who all used to go to Don Bosco. That's a coincidence.
You knew him before me.
I don't know, must have, obviously. Yeah. Through my cousins and brother, I think I definitely met him, definitely, yeah. Very nice, friendly boy. I remember his face very well, even till today.
Yeah, absolutely. You immediately could connect. It's interesting how we have been able to connect on so many levels in the last few days, since Nina put us together again through the, how many levels we have been connecting. We've, modeling, music, Western music, and my sister Ratna, your sister Sita, all of us bumping into each other, and you're knowing my husband, definitely that kind of, we knew each other for 6 years, and Manju's brother Ratnakar, they were all friends. So my brother was also with them. They all used to hang around.
Manju's brother, you mean Sujata's
No,
father?
no, no. Yeah, Sujata's, yes, my classmate. So they all
Okay.
used to hang around together and play cricket. And this guy, apparently, he saw me in my ugly Holy Angels uniform and looked at me from the opposite house and said, "That's the girl I want to marry." He was
Oh,
very clear.
wow. Wow, love at first sight.
For him, I hated him at least for a couple of years before I could
Okay.
so yeah, I was too young to I was 15 at that time when he saw me, so I definitely wasn't interested in guys or anything more than at that time, because
Yes.
I was having a great time, with movies and dancing and singing, and we were traveling. I traveled all over India, I traveled abroad, so it was very exciting. My life was never dull. Besides school, I was always having weekends where maybe I was not playing with friends as much, but I was having a great time. I never felt lonely or lost or anything. I enjoyed that life, but I was equally willing to give it up. He never asked me to, but then his family was very conservative, and I knew that they would not accept. Those days there was a lot of dance, not girls.
Stigma connected to dance.
Yeah, yeah. So anybody who's from a dancers, family of artists, musicians, and attitude.
Yeah,
So
even in my family,
yeah.
my mother wanted me to learn dance, but my grandparents, they said no.
See,
No dance, no, maybe singing vocal she can learn, but I don't have the voice to do vocal. So they said no to dancing. Absolutely no.
Well, my mother, we were so busy with dance, I never had the time to learn vocal. I did want to, but there was no time. I started, and before I could learn the second Geetam, I had to stop. So hardly any real knowledge of music. But music has been like a friend to me always. And yes, I spent a wonderful few years with Ratnakar, and I have two sons, and both married. One is in
2 sons and 2 grandchildren.
Yes,
right?
yeah. The oldest son is in the Bay Area, and my younger son is in Singapore. And I have two absolutely delightful grandchildren, a granddaughter and a grandson. So the last, we can go back to Doordarshan, but just to say that ever since the grandchildren were born, I have been spending more than 6 months in a year, making even 2 times and staying with them, because I just love being with them. So I've really been kind of out of touch with my friends and everything in India. Now, suddenly I'm here back with a bang in the midst of everything.
So let's hear something about Doordarshan. It was the same year as you got married that you joined Doordarshan.
Yes.
After being trained at FTI Pune. And from being a prima donna occupying center stage, you made a sudden switch and went behind the stage. And then your DD experiences, we would love to hear in detail about it.
DD was like making film. It was fascinating from day one. I and all the actors, Shabana asked me, everybody used to just drive in and drive out of FTI. All those people we saw only on the large screen, those arty actors and upcoming Tom Benegar, all of Girish Karnad was director. So right from day one, it was larger than life.
Do you remember Girish Karnad teaching us literature in Stella Maris?
I wasn't there.
Were you there at that time? Yeah, he took a few classes for us.
No, I saw him in a play, Crucible. I saw him but I wasn't there. So anyway, it was larger than life. And when we came back, I remember that nobody knew anything about television. We were the pioneers. So it was very exciting. Every day I was all of 22 years, and there'll be this my first recording itself was T.N. Krishnan, Umayalpuram Sivaraman, and I was a chick girl. But those people, I had to tell them how they didn't know anything about television, how to sit, how to, give them time, all kinds of instructions. So I think it was quite a trip to be controlling these supernovas of all fields. They are great in their field, but even if the film actress Kanchana will come there, she'll say, "Yes, Sita, where should I stand? What should I do?" They were all big in their field, but I was actually directing them. It was a heady experience, Doordarshan. So besides dance, dance was challenging in one way because the artist is constantly moving. And because I knew dance, I could make sure that I don't behead them and cut off their hands and, show the wrong thing. Because of my knowledge, I could anticipate what would come next and showcase dance very well. But to actually work, it was not as challenging unless I did a ballet or a dance drama with various characters. And I had to be very alert. And every recording that I did in Doordarshan was, I had to sit on the edge of my chair. Adrenaline was high. You couldn't relax for 1 second, because 1 second you relax, you miss something. So on the edge, right from the time the recording starts till it finishes. And we did not have editing those days. Everything I recorded had to come out perfectly, because if I miss something, there'll be a blank on the screen. So very challenging, very exciting. So I loved it. I didn't mind being behind the stage, but every day we were bumping into personalities, even on the corridor, in the foyer, in the recording, from all walks of life. Every film star would come there. Shivaji Ganeshan will be there. Kamal Hassan and would be doing a play outside shooting for somebody else. Every one of them was there in DD, so it was quite fascinating, at least in the beginning, the formative years, till the private channels came. By which time I was very happy that I was concentrating on dance. There was no challenge because nobody was interested in dance. It's not very lucrative. So dance was an art, and I was happy that I could audition many artists, give them some kind of a livelihood by calling them for productions and then guiding them how to do better. And of course, besides dance, I got an opportunity to be there for the Commonwealth Games in Delhi for 2 months, to be in charge of the JLN Stadium for all the activities, to be, besides Mr. Bharat Pala when he was doing the fantastic closing.
Talking about Commonwealth Games, I designed the uniform for them.
Wow.
Yes.
There,
the blazer with the Appu emblem on the pocket, that was designed by me.
There you are. So we are connected.
And our company produced, we manufactured all the jackets for all the people.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So look how we connected. So anyway, I would be flying to Delhi, then flying from there to Thanjavur. And yes, it was a hard life. DD didn't give us any 5-star facilities. I had to learn to rough it out. I was not used to it, I had lived a fairly cushy life. And then I would go to Chidambaram every year to cover the Natyanjali. And in the first few years, Chidambaram had only lodges where I had to go buy a bottle of phenyl and get the place cleaned up so that it won't be stinking of BDs. So that's the kind of places I worked. But what it taught me was, when I worked, nothing bothered me. Not smells. Cleanliness, yes. But I would take my own sheets and but there were very, very basic amenities there. I learned to adjust and live in those places and work till late night, go and eat idlis in one of those small places, hot idlis that are being dished out for 1 rupee and 2 rupees. So I enjoyed every experience, that I got through Doordarshan. I think it taught me a lot of life, to be able to understand people better. Besides artists, one level were the super amazing artists. At the other level were the simple people with whom I was interacting. I would do programs even with slum dwellers, I would call them. And then we will do programs with film stars. So one day it would be then dancers, then musicians, children's programs. So I would have a gamut of personalities every day in my life. So I think that I learned a lot from each and every one of them.
There's nothing that you haven't done or haven't seen, Sita. So that's what makes you, the person that you are, because your experiences are very rich, and you have so much to share, and you're a wonderful person.
Thank
so
you.
Shall we get on to these few questions that I have made?
I would like to talk about my recent experience.
Oh, the Corona experience. Yes, of course, please.
I'd like to share, because many people are afraid of sharing, but I think it's important. To start with, I came back from the US in March and I was put in quarantine, and that's when Suhasini connected. She was doing some films called I'm a COVID warrior, to tell people to wear to not to be worried about being in quarantine, to be, sensitive and a responsible human being. So that's how I connected with her. And she connected with me. And then she asked Nina to take care of me because I was going through highs and lows. It was a new experience, and I was all alone, locked up, in my house. And Nina offered to help me. Every time she would say, do you need food? Do you need groceries? Do you need something? She would constantly ask me if I need. And she also put me on to Asha to help. And both of them were asking me. And finally, one day, time went by. Nina called me to ask, can you take part in our Duchess Club program? Can I ask you to be our guest? I said, I can't, Nina, because I'm recovering from the COVID. She said, what? I can't believe this. I said, I've just come home a few days back because somewhere, I was very careful. I always wore a mask even to go down to my downstairs because the vegetable carts used to come. But somehow I got it and I stopped blaming it.
This virus is a very sneaky thing.
Yes.
It just comes on you for no reason. Yeah. There are people who are not at all careful. They go everywhere without wearing a mask. They just have fun. Touch wood, they don't get it. And yes. You say that you were safe and followed all the precautions and you got it.
And
I wonder how and why.
Very careful because I'm alone. I live alone. And I thought if I get it, I'm just
going even your outdoor activities, I think, were quite minimal, right? You don't go
two streets of Kothurpuram I walk. That's it. In the evening with the mask on always, and hardly interact with anyone. I just walk alone, or that's about it. And click photographs as I go. That was all what I was doing. And when I got the COVID, and anyway, I took it in my stride. I went to hospital. I got myself admitted. I came back to an empty home, but people were so kind. I realized that if you are just positive, everybody comes to your help. And I got food. I was inside with no one to help me. Somebody would leave food outside my door, ring the bell and tell me food inside.
I think you're lucky, Sita, that you live in an apartment building which has kind people. Because there were instances of people who are not allowed to get into their house, once they were back.
No. My apartment people were very scared because most of them are old. They were very scared. They didn't see me 2 months. It was more friends who lived around the place. Even Nina sent me food one day. Some of them dungsoed food. It was not just people in this locality. One friend, Srimati, she says, I want to do something, Sita. Please don't deprive me of being there to help you. So she made food for me, all my favorites, what do you want? And dungsoed it to me. So everybody was very kind to me, but I didn't come out of the house for 2 months. So I was feeling isolated. I was almost feeling ostracized, because I noticed that if I go out, people were moving out of my way if I even opened the door.
Yeah.
But during that time is when I picked up photography. I was clicking even before, but I started seeing everything with new eyes. I started seeing the beauty, I could see layers which I never noticed before. And that, I think, has been a huge companion to me. And recently, when Nina spoke to me, she kind of sensed it, I think, that I'm getting to feel a little isolated. And she said, first thing, I'm going to put you in a couple of clubs. You're going to become, she figured out my interest from going to my Facebook page. I mean, look at the care she has been taking of me. And she forced me to join a couple of clubs. Not forced me, she asked me, is it okay if I can put your name? And I have made such wonderful friends in the recent past. I can see a lot of
Green Club. I find it so refreshing.
Yes, it is.
When I come there every morning and then I see the pictures and the posts, the people are so kind and I love it. I really love this Green Club.
Even I love it. So I'm glad that, again, now I'm connecting with you in the Green Club too every day. So it's really nice.
Yes. And as I told you earlier, I think these photographs of yours are gems. Okay. So you cannot just let them be in your camera, or you can't ignore them because they are beautiful, stunning.
Thank you.
So you have to compile it and do something with it, have an exhibition, and do a fundraiser. Whichever cause is dear to your heart, You
Mhm.
please, I'm sure Nina will help you on that. You can even
Sure, because I remember I've been a salaried employee for 37 years. I have never applied my mind. I mean, I wouldn't know what to charge, 100,000, I wouldn't know anything about these.
business
So
wise.
I need some guidance on these. Yes, and like you said, if it's for a good cause,
Good
then of course
cause.
it's very inspiring because it's not just commercial. It's you're putting, So I would love to be of any service and help because I
But
have so
think
many
about that.
pictures.
Think about that seriously.
Thank
Okay.
you for, thank you for, after you suggested this to me, I started making the short films. So again, I'm thankful to you for putting this thought in my mind. And I've made three I put on YouTube. I've made two more about the moon and a few more and my winged visitors. I see a lot of birds. So I'm putting them all. I'm making stories.
I like the one that you did with the pelicans. The
Yes.
pelicans?
Pelicans.
Pelican party, I think you called
Yes.
it. It was very cute. Very
Thank
cute.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
So,
So shall we get on to these little questions that I have?
sure,
And
sure.
it's just a few of them.
Okay.
Would you go on a blind date?
Sure.
Oh, that came very spontaneously.
I'm not
Okay.
afraid of people.
I can
And I have
talk about it.
expectations where you'll read. I'll go on a blind date for sure. I love meeting people.
Okay. Okay, that's lovely. Okay. What do you love most about yourself, Sita? There are a lot of things that all of us find very loving about you, but what do you love most about yourself?
I think I'm very grateful that my mother has instilled this confidence where I'm able to come out of every difficult situation and find it within me to get out of the situation and without having to depend on anything or anybody to find the strength. And that, I mean, I won't say I love me.
So would you say that it is your self-reliance, your attitude of self-reliance?
My never say die spirit, which helped me bounce back because I've had many difficult times in my life, and it's difficult beyond what you can imagine. I've faced situations where nobody could help me, but I managed to get out instead of sitting and whining about I don't have this, I don't have that, I have this problem, I have that. 1st of December 2015, I was marooned in this apartment we had no electricity. How merged, the elevator was completely underwater. I could neither get out nor could anybody come in. There was no electricity. We couldn't buy milk, food, nothing. I never panicked. I never panicked when I got COVID and I was all alone. So somewhere this confidence, I think I'm very accepting of what the future holds. So I like challenges. I like to try different things. It's not that I'm complacent, but I don't get scared of situations. You know, I try to meet them. So I'm very grateful for that strength that is in me to be able to come out and being able to be supportive to others also. I find that I can be very supportive to many people.
When is the last time that you did something for the first time?
Cinema Rendezvous last month.
Okay.
From March till now, I had not come out and met any people. Also, because of my Doordarshan, I was not a part. I've never been a part of any club or any group or anything because we can't have affiliation. Then it becomes uncomfortable to bring those people in as artists and work with them. So you have to be very fair to everybody. So I've never been a part. I realized I'd invested all my time and effort at DD and didn't really cultivate friends like that, with whom I could socialize. And when Nina asked me to attend a cinema rendezvous meeting, I was scared because I've not stepped out of my house. I've not visited my neighbors. I've not done anything. But she really, I mean, I was ready to find excuses to back out, but she didn't give me a choice. She just prodded me gently.
We will not.
In her beautiful way, gently, without being aggressive, without being, you're not even aware how subtly she's pushing me to do it. I actually stepped out, came to Savera and heard Mr. Prakash speak. It was a wonderful experience to sit without being a television producer, watching an artist for the sake of doing a program. I could sit back, be a Rasika, and enjoy, be with people I met for the many of them for the first time. Of course, I discovered a few old friends even there, but I love doing that for the first time, to come out post pandemic for the very first time and be with people, and that to hear about cinema, which I love, which was my love before Doordarshan. I grew up, you know, being in love with cinema, and that's how I was able to progress to this. So that was the first.
So the Duchess Club has it all, you know. Whatever your interest may be, whatever your hobbies may be, you'll find it here. It's
Wonderful.
amazing. Yeah, they have a cinema rendezvous. Then there's another a little called Friendship Basket. You must join the Friendship Basket,
Okay.
where we meet for lunch once a month. Of course, not these days very often, but once a month or maybe even twice a month, we meet there. There is this lovely girl called Radhika who's in charge of the Friendship Basket. And we go to movies and, you know, theater, anything that we fancy. It's a very nice place. You could join that.
Okay.
And there's a movie club apart from Cinema Rendezvous. There's also a movie, you know, which is associated with the Friendship Basket. So
Okay.
whatever you like, whatever you need, it's all here. Package. What is the craziest thing that you have ever done in your life?
Too many.
Oh,
I love being crazy. You see, my job forced me to be, you know, very, what can I say? It was a very, Doordarshan is very conservative. We had to follow the middle path. But if I was on my own, I would have been a flower child. Remember, we grew up with the,
okay. Yeah.
I would have liked curly hair, flower power, wild, not exactly as wild as those people, listening to music, strumming a guitar. That's what I would have liked to do.
You would love to do it, but have you done it? I want to know the craziest thing that you have done.
Craziest thing, I went to a pub with and shocked my daughters-in-law and all, having shots and stuff like that. That was quite, I mean, I do it with friends, they didn't mind it, but when my daughters-in-law saw me, and they asked my son, was she a wild thing when she was young? I said, I heard that. I was not wild. The first guy I fell in love with and married.
You're just adventurous and bindas. You know the word bindas?
I am totally bindas. I said, I do have.
That's what you are.
Yes.
I think now Sujata wants to take some questions from the audience. Sujata?
Okay.
Yes, there are a few questions, Sita. One question is that how did Sita manage the shoot for 1,000 dancers at the big temple? That's from Padma.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually, it happened in the midst of the Commonwealth Games. And they insisted that I should come from Delhi to Tanjavur to do that, because 1,000 dancers, Padma Subramaniam had organized it beautifully. She had put red and green. In fact, I have photographs. I wish I could have shared it with you all. She organized red and green carpets in straight lines so that people could stand one behind the other. So it was very well organized by her and the people who supported her. So I had to just shoot it. I had 6 cameras all round. I couldn't do a conventional proscenium shoot because they were all sides. So it didn't follow any usual pattern of a dance program. But I kept shooting the dancers from all around, and it just looked beautiful any which way because the temple was there in the background. It just looked gorgeous, thanks to everything else. Not really my effort so much as it was one aspect of it, my effort. But the whole ambience was so beautiful.
But shooting in those days, especially in 1980s, would have been so tough for your camera work because there was no editing.
Yes. So, like I said, we had to be on our toes. We had to be very alert and anticipate everything because you had to keep the camera ready with the shot before the action. So we worked with multi-cameras. We didn't work with one camera. That film shoot would be what we would make occasionally with films, but that came after the Asiad when we could get these cameras where we could go out and shoot. Most of our shooting used to be studio-based with multi-cameras before, in the early days. That's how we got all the stars and everybody to come into the studios and work for us.
Okay, I had a question. You have worked with Ashish Vidyarthi for Retired But Not Tired.
Yes.
And I've heard snippets from that, and it's been wonderful. So, how was it working with Ashish Vidyarthi? He's been with you in Doordarshan, I think.
Yes, he joined a friend of mine as an assistant soon after he completed his NSD. He was a young actor looking for some pocket money. And before he could make it to Mumbai, so he joined Doordarshan, and we became good friends, and we've remained good friends. I've even traveled with him and his family to Kolkata during the Shanti Niketan. He showed me a whole lot of. I mean, I'm in touch with him constantly. We've remained friends all the time. But suddenly, when he heard about this COVID times, he was very concerned. He said, "I want you to do a program for me." So that's how we did the program.
Yeah, it was so fabulously done, and worded
Thank-
retired but not tired.
Yeah, that was.
Sujata, just sorry to intervene at this time. Hasni has been waiting for some time. In fact, she even made a quick dash for her lunch also, but she's been listening to the whole program.
Yes,
Can I just call
Hasni.
her in for a minute, please? And it's really nice to have her here. The main cement to connected all of us here.
Yes, thank you, Hasini.
Hi, Sujata. And hello, Sita. And
Hi, I'm not able to see you. Why can't I see her?
you should do the speaker view.
Oh no. Yes. Okay, I got you.
Camera.
Sita, you have you've flipped your camera, Sita.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me redo that. And,
Yeah, it's fine now. It's fine. Now.
okay. Okay.
Hi, Sita. Lovely
Hi.
seeing you here. I'm so glad that you and Nina have become such good friends. I'm glad that I introduced Nina to you. I remember that you were all alone during COVID and you were in Koturpuram. So I was wondering who will support you, because all of us were stuck at home and we couldn't come out. And I knew that you were all alone. So I called Nina, and now to see the culmination and the metamorphosis of this relationship, I'm really, really, really happy. When you talked about your family, I was so thrilled because your mother is such a big scholar, and your sister Ratna Papa and Padmini Ravi were the ones who trained me for my Chalanga Puja. I don't know if you remember.
I don't remember you in teacher's class, but I'm sure I saw you. Ratna insists that we've seen you. Of course, I remember your uncle very well. Kamal used to be there every day, but
Yes. Ratna Papa, she knew me very well because she dressed me up for my Chalanga Puja. So I remember very well. And, it's such a small world that your brother is married to one of my best friends and my neighbor, Radhika.
Yes, I know.
We're all in the same house. And Radhika is a dancer. Radhika is like a sister to me. So now you become family. So
Thank you.
So I'm so happy. And like Sujata said, Ashish Vidyarthi was so thrilled when he asked me, do you know Sita Ratnakar? I said, of course I know her. She's like family to me. He was so thrilled. Give me her number. I want to contact her. I think I got your number for him from somebody. I think from Radhika or somebody. That's how he was able to call you again.
Oh.
And I connected you back with Ashish and Nina both.
You are a catalyst, I can say, for what's happening today. You are the catalyst, actually. Otherwise I wouldn't be here meeting everybody. And Nina and I heard of each other, but we've never really met. I bump into you at the Duchess Club exhibitions every year. I know you. I know lots of your other friends, but I've never met Nina.
Oh, okay. Lovely to watch you and all your work. And, Sita, you are almost like me, another version of me, because so many, performers around in the family, and you decided to be behind the camera. Similarly, I also tried to be behind the camera, but you succeeded, but I didn't succeed behind the camera. I had to come in front of they pulled me in front of the camera. So it was so beautiful listening to, your school days, college days, and your family. And you're such a well-spoken and a wonderful woman. I think you're such a role model. You're an unsung hero is what I should say. So I want to
thank you so much,
Duchess, for bringing you into spotlight, and Uma asking such wonderful questions and interacting with you, since she studied with you also in Stella Maris. Uma, what a lovely job.
Thank you, Hasini. Coming from you, big thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Means a lot. Thank you so much.
That's all I wanted to say. No questions, because so much to learn from you. I don't have any questions.
Thank you so much. You've always been there for me.
We must make her dance one day, Hasini.
Yes.
We must make Sita dance one day. Okay, Sita, now we are not letting you go without you giving us a song. Okay?
Yes, there's a
I've
request from
already,
so
I've already
many.
told you.
There's
So
a
you know
request
what-
from a lot of the members for you to sing a
Thank you, Hasini. Thank you.
I will sing. I just had to say one thing before that. I haven't sung for 45 years.
No, we
And
heard you singing at
No, I-
CR. And you
Oh, there's
sing.
something important because a few years back, I had a polyp growth in my vocal cord, which was surgically removed. And all that I kept asking the doctors, can I sing again? Can I sing again? He asked me, are you a musician? Considering I've never sung. I don't know why I was asking, not can I talk, but can I sing? Can I sing? Was my question, okay? During the pandemic, of course, besides photography, one of the other things I discovered is I would feel very lonely because there was no one to talk to. I didn't have the energy or nothing to tell anyone. I started singing again during this pandemic period. So, thanks to that, I've rediscovered my passion for music also. And thanks to Nina's Cinema Rendezvous, which made me sing a song, I actually came out. I used to be very shy about projecting myself because there are better artists. Why should I do when there are better artists? I've just started to do things for the fun of it. So I will sing for the fun of it, but can I, Uma, is it okay? Can I ask Nina to choose between, I have a Hindi song. My repertoire is very limited, okay? These are songs I sang.
Let Nina choose.
A Hindi song, and I have, if you want a peppier song, I can sing an English song.
No, yeah, I think she has been coined the name Parveen Sultana. by
No,
Sonal.
please don't talk about us in the same breath.
I'm just kidding, but so why don't you sing that, because you sang it very well that day, and it's an Indian song would be really nice. Yeah.
Same song or anything else?
Anything on those lines, because I think you sang it really well. Yeah.
How
She
about,
wants a classical song.
Yeah. Yeah.
how about O Sajna, little happier song? Okay.
Yeah.
Done. Done. Yeah.
O Sajna or Chota Sa Balama? Let's see. My friend Suman is there who's been telling me to sing. I don't know which one she'll choose.
I think the Chota Sa Balma sounds good.
Yeah, if I remember. Okay, I have a bad habit of mixing up lyrics and singing rubbish in between. So forgive me.
No
It
problem.
doesn't. Okay. Somebody, Sudha has said Chota Sa Balama. So, छोटा सा बालमा अखियन नींद चुरा ले गयो रतियन नींद ना छोटा सा बालमा अखियन नींद चुरा ले गयो रतियन नींद ना छोटा सा बालमा किस बैरन के जाल में फंस के किस बैरन के जाल में फंस के भूल गया तू प्यार के रस्ते भूल गया तू प्यार के रस्ते छोटा सा बालमा अखियन नींद चुरा ले गयो रतियन नींद ना आए छोटा सा बालमा मेरे दिल को जान खिलौना मेरे दिल को जान खिलौना तोड़ आवे दर्द सरोना तोड़ गया बे दर्द सरोना छोटा सा बालमा अखियन नींद चुरा ले गयो, रतियन नींद नाय, छोटा सा बालमा।
Beautiful, beautiful.
You.
Absolutely
Amazing.
beautiful.
Beautiful voice.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Rati, you would like to say something, Rati?
Yeah, that was so beautiful, so melodious, Sita. And it was so wonderful to hear you and Uma, go down memory lane and, the connections that you have. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you soon, Sita.
Definitely.
And
Good to meet-
Uma, yes, of course. And Uma, you are, as usual, fabulous. And this kitty is here for you, saying
Yes,
hello to you.
I've been looking at
This is
her.
especially for you.
What's her name?
Her name is Henry Higgins.
Oh,
Okay.
Professor Henry Higgins.
Wi-Fi lady. Henry Higgins.
That's you, white.
Look at her, so cute. Okay.
Very cute.
Thank you all so much. Yeah, bye-bye.
Anu?
Yeah, Sujata.
Anu would
Yeah,
like
can I?
Yes, please go ahead.
So this is a formal vote of thanks which I will be addressing. And it has been a delightful morning, an absolute love every moment of the conversation. Having two accomplished and inspiring ladies address our club, truly a privilege, Sita and Uma. Thank you, Sita, for sharing your journey, your precious moments and memories with us. It indeed is a privilege to have you with us today. Your DD days was truly a highlight in your life. And we are all waiting to see your little documentary put together, and you're looking forward to a book probably of your anecdote in life. And thank you, dear Uma, our Duchess Diva, for taking us through the interesting and insightful conversation with Sita. Living life queen size is living and loving every moment in your life, being grateful and facing challenges with grit and determination. I think that's the tip we all take from you, from both of you today. Thank you so much, Sita. You have a wonderful, wonderful voice. Really looking forward to meeting you, and really, I love Sita, really. Thank you so much. I feel blessed that I've met you through the Green Club. I mean, there's no words to thank the club, because that's, I think, one of the first things I open in the morning, because I think it makes day so much more better, happy, and accepting. And Uma, I liked one question that you asked: what do you love about yourself? I think that's a question that we all need to ask ourselves every day. And thank you, Aarti, for your little inputs. And Nina, I mean, you truly are an angel, a guardian angel for all. And I'd like to thank all the members for coming in, and dear friend Sita and Uma for tuning in today's meeting. I just think I've just lots of words to say what all I have learned and what all I have taken back from today's conversation. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all on the 11th. And thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Can
you.
I
Thank you, Anu.
please? Can we see all the faces once before
Yes,
we?
can everybody please switch on their videos?
Lovely to see.
Request everybody to switch on their videos.
Oh my God, Rhoda, Manju, so many people.
Yeah, they're all here.
Rhoda Krishna is there. Oh.
Yes, Rhoda's there. And I
Sita,
saw
Rhoda is my alumni here from the same school.
Hey, Rhoda's and I were classmates in college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we've been friends all along. So nice, wonderful. I'm going to move the screen to see all the others too.
Yes,
Wow.
everybody can switch on their videos, please.
Yes, nice.
Seetha, beautifully. You really sang so well.
Thank you.
That's
Manju, you
amazing.
didn't know that I sing right through school?
I know. I know you sing. You were always there in school, you know, in all the choir and everything, you were there. Mm.
I was a showbiz person. I was always there in school for everything.
Yes. Beautiful.
Can we take a group picture? Can everybody just switch on their cameras, please? The first screen. Yes. Yes, we can go to the second screen. Everybody hasn't switched on their cameras. Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for this
Bye.
wonderful opportunity. Thank you for getting me an opportunity to meet so many lovely people through this. Thank you.
Thank you, Seetha.
Thank you, Uma.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Duchess Five, for
Nina.
keeping us occupied, engaged, entertained all these months. Thank you so much. God
And thank
bless you all.
Uma for making it so
Merry
easy
Christmas. Merry
breeze
Christmas
for me. Thank you.
to one of you.
Thank you, Sujata. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Nina.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye,
My
Nina.
guardian.
Bye.